Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be covering the cost of building a two-bedroom block of flats that has 6 flats in it, as well as the cost of building a two-bedroom block of flats that has 4 flats in it. I'll be going over the cost of things like concrete, walls, and sand filling in the foundation, and the cost of floors, walls, lintels, columns, steel reinforcement, beams, and the cost of the roof. I won't be covering the cost of things like doors, windows, painting, plastering, and mechanical and electrical fittings. I'll be covering only the cost of the elements that make up the frame of the building. This is a current price list for building materials in Nigeria. Cement costs between 7,000 and 8,000 naira. 120-ton truck of sand costs about 95,000 naira. 130-ton truck of chippings costs about 1,030,000 naira. One 6-inch block costs about 450 naira. One 9-inch block costs about 550 naira. And this is a current currency exchange rates list for dollars, pounds, and euros in the parallel market. This is what the floor plan looks like. If you would like to have a copy of this plan, please click on the description, or rather click on the title of this video, and the text will drop down. You'll see more information there. You'll find floor plans written somewhere down there, and there's a link attached to it. Click on the link. It will take you to the blog where I have this plan uploaded. You can download a PDF for it, as well as the images that go with it. So this is a floor plan showing 2 flats separated by a staircase between them. Each flat has a living room. The living room has a toilet for visitors, and it also has, each flat has a dining, kitchen. The kitchen and living room each have their terraces attached to them, and each flat has 2 bedrooms. Each room has a toilet that has its own bath, toilet, and wash hand basin. I'll start with the cost of the foundation. The cost of excavating trenches. Please take note that I'm only going to be reading out the total sums. That's the figures in red and blue for the currency equivalents. So the cost of excavating trenches is 181,200 naira, which is approximately $114 or 87 pounds or 107 euros. The cost of excavating the column base pits is 42,000 naira, which is approximately $27 or 21 pounds or 25 euros. So the total cost of excavation, when you add the cost of excavating trenches and column base pits, comes to 223,200 naira, which is approximately $141 or 107 pounds or 132 euros. Next, I'll cover the cost of the column base and starter column reinforcement, and these will cost 944,500 naira, which is approximately $595 or 452 pounds or 556 euros. Next, I'll cover the cost of the column base and foundation footing concrete. The column base concrete costs 685,000 Naira, which is approximately $431, or 328 pounds, or 403 euros. The foundation footing concrete costs 1,163,000 Naira, which is approximately $732, or 557 pounds, or 685 euros. So the cost of the concrete in the column bases and the foundation footing comes to 1,848,000 Naira, which is approximately $1,163, or 885 pounds, or 1,088 euros. The cost of the walls and the foundation is 1,092,280 Naira, which is approximately $687, or 523 pounds, or 643 euros. The cost of the wood formwork for building the starter columns is 52,000 Naira, which is approximately $33, or 25 pounds, or 31 euros. The cost of sand filling is 1,470,000 Naira. That's 1,470,000 Naira, which is approximately $925, or 704 pounds, or 865 euros. The concrete floor will cost 3,779,450 Naira, which is approximately $2,378, or 1,809 pounds, or 2,224 euros. So the total cost of the foundation, when you add all the items that we have covered so far, comes to 9,558,135 Naira, which is approximately $6,012, or 4,574 pounds, or 5,623 euros. Next, I'll move over to the ground floor, and the cost of the walls from the floor to the lintels on the ground floor is 1,736,300 Naira, which is approximately $1,093, or 831 pounds, or 1,022 euros. The cost of the wood formwork for building the lintels is 174,000 Naira, which is approximately $110, or 84 pounds, or 103 euros. Please, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I have accidentally swapped the symbols for pounds and euros here. So just take note, please. The cost of steel reinforcement in the lintels is 512,000 Naira, which is approximately $323, or 245 pounds, or 302 euros. The cost of concrete in the lintels on the ground floor is 371,100 Naira, which is approximately $234, or 178 pounds, or 219 euros. The total cost of the lintels on the ground floor, therefore, when we add the cost of the wood formwork, steel reinforcement, and the cost of concrete, comes to 1,057,100 Naira, which is approximately $665, or 506 pounds, or 622 euros. The cost of the walls above the lintels on the ground floor is 598,200 Naira, which is approximately $377 or 287 pounds or 352 euros. Next, I'll move over to the cost of the columns on the ground floor, and the steel reinforcement in the columns on the ground floor will cost 859,000 Naira, which is approximately $541 or 412 pounds or 506 euros. The cost of the wood formwork for building the columns on the ground floor is 124,000 Naira, which is approximately $78 or 60 pounds or 73 euros. The cost of the concrete in the columns on the ground floor is 360,650 Naira, which is approximately $227 or 173 pounds or 213 euros. So the total cost of the columns on the ground floor, when we add the cost of steel reinforcements, wood formwork, and concrete, comes to 1,343,650 Naira, which is approximately $846 or 643 pounds or 791 euros. The cost of the wood formwork for building the first floor beams and slab, that's the beams holding the first floor slab and the first floor slab itself, as well as the staircase that leads from the ground floor to the first floor. So their wood formwork construction will cost 678,000 Naira, which is approximately $427 or 325 pounds or 399 euros. The cost of steel reinforcements in the beams, the slab, and the staircase comes to 4,758,000 Naira, which is approximately $2,993 or 2,277 pounds or 2,799 euros. The cost of concrete in the beams is 803,350 Naira, which is approximately $506 or 385 pounds or 473 euros. The cost of concrete in the first floor slab is 2,263,450 Naira, which is approximately $1,424 or 1,083 pounds or 1,332 euros. The cost of concrete in the staircase is 176,420 Naira, which is approximately $111 or 85 pounds or 104 euros. So the total cost of concrete in the first floor beams, slab, and the staircase leading from the ground floor up to the first floor is 3,243,220 Naira, which is approximately $2,040 or 1,552 pounds or 1,908 euros. Therefore, the total cost of the first floor beams, the slab, and the staircase comes to 8,679,220 Naira, which is approximately $5,459 or 4,153 pounds or 5,106 euros. So the total cost of the ground floor, when we add the cost of walls, lintels, columns, the cost of the beams, the slab, and the staircase is 13,414,470 naira, which is approximately $8,437 or 6,419 pounds or 7,891 euros. Next, I'll move over to the first floor, and the cost of the walls on the first floor from the floor to the lintels is 1,736,300 naira, which is approximately $1,093 or 831 pounds or 1,022 euros. The cost of the wood formwork for building the lintels on the first floor is 174,000 naira, which is approximately $110 or 84 pounds or 103 euros. I'm so sorry, I've made that mistake again. I have accidentally swapped the symbols for pounds and euros. The cost of concrete in the lintels on the first floor is 371,100 naira, which is approximately $234 or 178 pounds or 219 euros. So the total cost of the lintels on the first floor, when we add the cost of the wood formwork, the steel reinforcements, and the cost of concrete, is 1,057,100 naira, which is approximately $665 or 506 pounds or 622 euros. The cost of the walls above the lintels on the first floor is 798,450 naira, which is approximately $503 or 383 pounds or 470 euros. The cost of the steel reinforcements in the columns on the first floor is 723,000 naira, which is approximately $455 or 346 pounds or 426 euros. The cost of the wood formwork for building the columns on the first floor is 124,000 naira, which is approximately $78 or 60 pounds or 73 euros. The cost of concrete in the columns on the first floor is 360,650 naira, which is approximately $227 or 173 pounds or 213 euros. So the total cost of the columns on the first floor is 1,207,650 naira, which is approximately $760 or 578 pounds or 711 euros. Therefore, the total cost of the first floor, when we add the cost of walls, the cost of lintels, and the cost of the columns together, is 4,799,500 naira. That's 4,799,500 naira, which is approximately $3,019 or 2,297 pounds or 2,824 euros. The cost of the wooden frame of the roof and the ceiling is 1,204,300 naira, which is approximately $758 or 577 pounds or 709 euros. The cost of the roofing sheets and installing the roofing sheets is 3,333,700 naira, which is approximately $2,097 or 1,000 £1,596 or €1,962. So the total cost of the roof, when we add together the cost of the wooden frame for the ceiling and the roof, as well as the cost of the roofing sheets and the cost of installing the roofing sheets, is 4,538,000 Naira, which is approximately $2,855 or £2,172 or €2,670. So when we add everything we have covered so far, the cost of a two-bedroom block of flats that has 4 flats in it, that's 2 flats on the ground floor and another 2 flats on the first floor, comes to 32,310,105 Naira, which is approximately 20,000, $20,321 or £15,460 or 19,006 euros. And also the cost of a 2-bedroom block of flats that has 6 flats in it, that's 2 flats on the ground floor, 2 flats on the first floor, and 2 flats on the second floor, comes to 45,724,575 Naira. This is approximately $28,758 or £21,878 or 26,897 euros. And this brings us to the end of this episode. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your family and with your friends, and I'll see you in the next episode.